Hi everyone, it's Devine and welcome to Divine Miracles, and this is the Tarot Mini forecast for the Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. Now today I'm using the Hanson Roberts deck for the first part of the reading, and then I'm going to use the Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck. And as well as if you have a question about romance or love or something like that, I have made these little cards for myself, I guess, about love and about angels. I just lost what I was going to say then. So if you have a question at the very end, I'm going to shuffle these little cards and we'll see what angel comes out and what message they have for you in that regard. So we're just going to trust that process as we go along. So I'm going to start with Capricorn. Before I do, I just want you to know that I have the 2019 forecast ready and available now at my website. It's an hour and a half long. You get a breakdown of all the months of the year and messages from angels, guides, attunements, power animals, all kinds of things for you. And that's available. And also my shamanic healing is available in 2 sessions for a bonus price. But if you would like to get the shamanic healing and this forecast, and you want to talk to me, I can do a package for you, okay, for the both of them. So divinemiracles@gmail.com, because you won't see the package online. But let's go. I know you guys want to just get right into the reading. So let's go, Capricorn, and see what's coming up for you. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, what have you been up to? So you got the 4 of Swords here. So this is the card, as we know, of rest and recovery and retreating. And maybe there's been some visits to hospital back and forth, or upset within your normal routine, sort of getting that one. And maybe this is also an indication that you really do need to just take a break. And perhaps, you know, if you're anything like me, I get wiped out and I get ill or something happens. Can't move, but as soon as I feel slightly better, I'm up and doing everything again and wipe myself out again. So maybe this is an indication of taking things easy. It also could be an indication of being still, like maybe needing to meditate, or that you've been waiting for things to start to get busier with regards to your business or work, in your life in general, and things just seem to be complacent at the moment, like not much moving. For other people, you have a lot of things going on all at once, and this is the card of kind of like overkill. So this is not the time to be putting even more work on yourself. Okay, so even though you feel fine and that you're pacing everything out and that you're excited and doing, this is not the time to be rushing into a new routine or adding extra work to yourself. So if that's what you were thinking, I need more work coming in, now's not the time. It will happen, but now's not the time. Some other people, I'm just getting this message about going to some place that's really important to you. Maybe a place which is like sanctuary to you, or a very peaceful feeling you get when you are there. And you may have just gone to a place like this where you feel like you're at peace and you feel refreshed. And this is saying that that's really good for you to balance things. So balance your time with, you know, resting and also doing the things that you really enjoy as well as work. So everything is balancing out. I feel this may not be a time right now to be investing in things or getting new opportunities happening or anything like that. Not this week anyway. This time you may be forced to rest, okay? And sometimes when you're not listening and, you know, you're doing too much, you get a cold or a flu or a headache or, you know, some kind of thing going on with you that forces you to rest. And sometimes also when that happens, it comes, you know, because you're healing. I always feel when there's something that's coming out of me, like an infection or a headache or something that's come to the surface, it's something that's lifting away from me. And I see that as a good thing. So other people say, oh, you know, you shouldn't be ill if you're going through this, or if you're this or you're that. But you've got to get things sometimes, or you're never cleansing yourself, you're never renewing yourself, you're never changing yourself. Some things have got to come to the surface. So I see it as a good thing. Not that I wish illness on anybody, but, you know, if something comes up, it's for the healing, it's for the better. So take your time this week. Don't rush into anything. pace yourself along the way. Trust that everything is finding its way to you anyway. You're very good at manifesting things. But just don't add anything extra to your plate at the moment. That's the big message I'm getting for Capricorn. Let's see what the angels, gods, and goddesses have to say as well. Okay, it's for Capricorn. Goddess of Awakening. See, this resting pose is in this one as well. Okay, so some people are a bit sensitive to boobies. So we'll get rid of the boobies. Okay. Goddess of Awakening. This is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. So things are, coming towards you. You're getting this knowledge when you're taking that time to rest. When you're taking time out from everything, all the knowledge of the universe starts to flow to you. And here we can see like symbols of energy. So you may be creating something with your healing too with regards to symbols and symbology. And that is very, very good for when you're doing a lot of healing work. I have my own symbols that I create, and I give them a color and I give them a vibration, like a sound as well. And those things go in when people are healing in different parts of their body. And each part of the body has a different kind of color and healing attuned to it. So this may be something that you can also start developing with your spiritual work as well, and with your healing work, is bringing in a tune and a color and a symbol, or a shape even, because that way you'll remember it. If you're trying to do Reiki and you're trying to remember all those friggin' stuff, even though I'm a Reiki master and I've done it all, it's too hard for me to remember everything all the time. I could just create my own symbols. I remember them straight away. Maybe this is a calling for you to do that too. A deep awakening is happening on many different layers of the spirit for you, and information coming forward. If you give yourself that time out to receive, okay? Now, if you're asking about love and relationships, I'm going to use these special cards, okay? We don't know what's going to come out. They're just like bits of paper at the moment, but I'll eventually make them into a deck. I've got more to add into this too. Okay, so a message for Capricorn. Remember, this is general. Come on now. You know this is a general reading, but I'll do my best. Okay. Okay, so this was one we got in another reading as well. Archangel Gabriel. Listen. It says, listen, you know. So you already know the answer, okay? It says you're being given answers about love already. You already know what to do now. Maybe you're doubting yourself. We will repeat the messages if you ask. Okay, so you might get symbols and signs and information. Again, if you go into meditation about it. Please always follow your inner voice. Okay, because we all know what happens when we don't do that. So Archangel Gabriel brings messages, is telling you about a situation with regards to love. Something that you're asking about, if that's what you asked about. And saying, you already know the answer. So, as much as you may have wanted someone to tell you, your own gut instinct has been the proof. It's there. So listen to that information that's coming through. And if you're still not sure, and you've made sure that you've cleared your ego in the past out of the way, and you're still not sure, ask, and more messages and more signs will come your way. Okay? When we get a tightening in our body and we go, ugh, like that, we know something's not right for us. But when we feel warm and we feel calm and we don't feel anxious, and we just feel good, then we know that's good for us. Okay, so whatever you're asking about, trust it. But also be sure that you're not bringing the old situation or any old situation into a new situation in your life. So you're not judging it from old eyes. Okay, there you go. So those are the messages for Capricorn. And now I'm going to do the messages for Taurus. And for Taurus, I'm using the Hanson Roberts deck. And I'm using the Gods, Goddesses and Angels deck. And also, if you have a romance question, something about related to romance, I'm using my my very own little Angels deck of romance. So I'm calling it domino love angels, because we've already got the domino angels. And these ones are going to be about love. Okay, so I want to test them out on you guys. So we'll get that. And also, if you're after a shamanic healing or a 2019 forecast, like for the whole year, you want to put them together, let me know, divinemiracles@gmail.com, or you can buy these separately right now, available at my website. You want to get in before, because most people start rushing in November and December for the new year thing. So, you know, start moving ahead with that if that's what you want. And I can do a deal for you too, okay? All right, Taurus. Hope you're happy and well wherever you are. And okay, I'm going to get straight into it because that's the message I'm getting. Taurus. Okay, what's going on with you, Taurus? Okay, Taurus, you're about to start something. This is good because it's the start of the month. We've got the Fool. Okay, the Fool is always just out there at the beginning. This is always represented as you moving forward in your life, taking a risk, and jumping into something that maybe other people are going, what are you doing? Like, oh my God. This is a necessary point in your life. I mean, it's the beginning of the month as well. So this is a necessary change that you're going through. And you've been very grounded. You've been working with, you know, your own energies. You've been up and down emotionally though, okay? And this is saying that maybe some people are seeing the decision that you're making at the moment as a rash or an impulsive decision. However, my feeling is no matter what it is that you're trying to do in your life, no matter who thinks something's wrong for you, or no matter who has an opinion on what you're doing, you still have to do what it is that's right for you. You know, you really do. And you know, you're stubborn anyway because you're a Taurus, and you know, you want to just do what you've got to do. You want to do what you feel's right in your life, and you don't really want to be nagged at the moment by anybody else. This is a major event. You've also perhaps been going through a time of grieving, a time of unwell, or being, you know, just repairing yourself kind of thing. I'm just getting this, you know, feeling of recovery about you. Something has changed and you're ready now to embark on something completely different. Whether it's a new job, a new outlook, a new life, a new lover, a new home, whatever it is, you're ready. And regardless of what anybody else thinks, the time is now. Like, this is happening. This could also mean that someone also comes into your life here with something of a opportunity or something of a proposition for you, okay? And this could be why people are jumping up and down, because they don't trust that situation. Again, always make sure that you're trusting yourself and where you feel that you need to be in your life right now. Taurus, you know, there comes a point where the past needs to stay in the past, and as you're renewing yourself into a new future, you don't want to be dragging that with you. You don't want to feel angry or bitter or upset about anything that's happened. You should know that, you know, nobody's perfect, you know, and, you know, people make mistakes, and it doesn't mean they've got evil agendas and things like that, although sometimes it can feel that way, you know. Trust in yourself and your new direction without feeling the need, I guess, to advocate this to anybody else or make people understand or try to get them to see your side. If you want to move forward in this direction, just do it, okay? And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It's your journey, your life, and your time to move forward, okay? So it's very clear for Taurus that you may be picking up everything and moving on, and you have to do it if that's what you want to do, okay? For the bonus message, angels, gods, and goddesses. Oops. Okay, we got this in the last message. It was the goddess of awakening. Time to open up and expand and listen to the information that's coming forward. But I also turned over this card for you, like at the same time. So it's the Angel of Families. It says the angels surround both you and your family at the moment. So if you've been going through a time of grief, as we said before, or you've lost a family member, or you're wondering how a family member is, there is an energy that is surrounding you all, bringing you all into a feeling of closeness now, okay? Many people go through a time where they feel very estranged from their family, or they just feel like people don't understand them. And sometimes your family can be soul people, you know, friends. Like I know in my family, besides my children, the only people that are family to me are my friends, you know. And that's what I think of when I think of family healing, something coming together and, you know, something changing for everybody. And also that there's support here as you go through your awakening phase, you know, and you go and you start doing something on your own for Taurus. So it's really beautiful, like the energy surrounding you at the moment for Taurus. Oh, and if you have a question about love and relationships, now's the time to sort of like have that on your mind. And I'm going to ask the cards here. So a message for Taurus on love, relationships, romance, dating, whatever it is. What do they need to know? Oh, do you think it's that card? Okay, I kind of don't know where that card went. All right, whatever that card was, it just went flying. And it's never to be found again right now. So, sorry everybody, we'll have to keep on shuffling. I don't know where that card went. I can't even see it. All right, here we go. Oh, I don't want to do it again. Okay, so for Taurus, love and romance. Love and romance. This is difficult to shuffle for you guys. There's something weird here about your situation. Okay, Taurus. Okay, it's that one. Okay, your choice. Okay, so the card that came out was your choice, Archangel Hamiad, which is one of the angels of miracles. And it says, this whole situation is up to you. You're having miracles right now, which will open you up in many ways. Go with it, okay? So there's something about a choice that you need to make, you know, like you're moving forward. But it's up to you what you do. It doesn't, nothing, you know, again, it's still giving you that message. It doesn't matter what that is. Archangel Hamiad is one of the angel of miracles. And we're working with Bariel, who's one of the angels of miracles as well for the month of October. So you've just got this double whammy happening with miracles in your life. But if you want to move forward with someone, or there's two people, you know, this is your choice, what you're doing, you know. Again, I just feel very strongly that you can't listen to the influences of other people. Maybe you've done that for far too long. And this is saying it's time for you to make a move forward. Okay, you've got all the energies in the right place to do that. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful for Taurus. Don't know where that card went. And it's kind of weird. But I hope to see you again next time. Thanks for watching. And don't forget your moon and your rising sign as well. Okay. Now for Virgo, okay, Virgo, we are doing a reading for you today. We are using the Hanson Roberts deck. We are using the Angels, Gods and Goddess deck. And if I don't lose it again, we're using the little love cards that I have made up. These are going to be called Domino Love Angels eventually. And if you have a question about romance, then I'm going to use these to answer that. Okay, so here we go, something different. Let's start. Now don't forget, I have to say this at the start because some of you guys don't watch the whole thing. If you would like a forecast for 2019, they're available now. And also my shamanic healing, which comes in 2 parts, is also available. So if you wanted to get the 2 of them together, I can do a package deal for you too. Okay, just to start your new year completely reset and cleansed and refreshed. Okay, we don't want to be dragging this year with us next year, that's for sure. Okay, so just let me know, divinemiracles@gmail.com, or go to my website, divinemiracles.com. Okay, now this is for Virgo, so let's go. Virgo, what's going on with you? Okay, all right, interesting. We have 8 of Cups energy for Virgo. And This is a good thing, okay, because a lot of us are going through complete transformations. And with that decision that we're making to go through transformations, we've been going through health problems and health things coming up and little problems, you know, coming to the surface and letting go of things. And in this case, something emotional that you don't need to hang on to anymore is leaving, okay? Maybe it's been a way in which you've seen someone else, you know, maybe you've looked at a certain person your whole life that way. Maybe, you know, you've been under a lot of pressure lately and you're just deciding that you've had enough. Maybe you're walking away for something that you've had a long-term investment in, you know, and you don't care. You know, you're walking away from it all and it's positive energy for you. Sometimes this card comes up when, you know, there's been a loss in the family or there's been a misunderstanding for a number of years. And it's almost like you've believed a certain thing for a really long time. And even though something inside of you was telling you it wasn't quite right, you may have believed a certain thing for a really long time, maybe about someone in particular in the family. And suddenly you just have this revelation, or you see some kind of behavior for yourself. And you're like, oh my God, like now I know what that person was talking about all this time and I feel really bad. Whatever the situation is, you know, there's forgiveness here. So if you need to talk to someone, make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you're getting everything off your chest that you need to, you know, before you move forward in your life, you know, in a loving and positive way, you know. Sometimes there are people and situations that we love, and even though they keep on hurting us, you know, and we feel like we can't always say what we want to say because we don't want to lose the person. But sometimes if you say something in a loving way, that person has an understanding of where you're coming from. And, you know, they just might not do that behavior anymore. So you're salvaging something rather than hanging on to an anger or upset that you don't need to have, okay? This is a very interesting time in your life because we're at the very start of a new month and we're doing things differently this month. We're bringing in miracles. We've had all our closures. We've had all our changes. We've had all our health scares and we've had all our endings kind of situation. Now we're moving into a bright new phase. And we don't want to keep on bringing the same kind of drama into our life either. If there's any drama around you, you're not the sort of person that does very well with that. You need to get away from it. Try not to hold too much of an opinion, but get out of it, okay? That's the best option for you. You need to know that you're doing really well. You need to know there are people that are really proud of you for how far you've come on your journey, that you have endless support around you. So even if you have to turn your back on a situation that you've long held an investment of energy into, even if you have to do that, there's going to be other people that are more to your energy levels and more on your same wavelength than that was. Okay, so you're not going to be left alone, and maybe that's something that you're afraid of too. It's time to take a turning point in your life, take a risk, and do things anyway, okay? With love and forgiveness and acceptance for everyone on their journey too, okay? So it's a very revealing time for you. Something's coming to the surface that maybe have long been hidden from you. Okay, so this is really good. Like revelations, you know. Okay, let's see what else comes up, Virgo. That's it. Oops. I was going to choose that one. Goddess of the Shadows. What you perceive to be your dark side holds hidden treasures. So you see, saying things that you want to say, you may think is dark and angry and upsetting, but saying it in the right way is going to really help alleviate you. You can see in this card here, the chakras are all nice and bright and in alignment. There's some sort of energy towards the head, and I'm not sure if that's like it's like a snake. Whenever we see like a snake, well, for me, when I see a snake, I always think of renewal or change, something shedding, you know, its skin. So again, you may have been going through, like we said, a period where, you know, there was all this release happening, which means there may be physical things happening to you, but you've become, you know, healed from that situation where your hands were tied, like it shows here, where your hands were tied in a situation before. Now you're going to have the energy and the right words to say to move forward in your life, you know. Something is really beginning to rebirth within you, a connection with someone else, something that has been estranged for a long time, you know, a situation that you saw in one way and now you're seeing in another way. This is all huge for your development and your growth and your knowledge and your wisdom and your expansion. Okay, so don't start thinking that you're being punished in some way because things go wrong. No, you're being renewed, you know, you're being realigned so that things can start matching your vibration that little bit more. So you're well done. You've done an amazing job in allowing this to happen for yourself. Okay, so let's look at your if you are interested in romance or just want to get a little message about it. And I don't want to lose cards because I just lost cards in my last one. And I lost a card on the floor and I couldn't find it. So, okay, if you have questions about something to do with romance, let's see what we get here from these little cards, okay? Just in general, all right? This is for Virgo, for love and romance. That's it. That's the card. Lumiel. Okay, Archangel Lumiel. These are just notes for me. I'm going to make this into a better deck. Don't worry. Okay, Archangel Lumiel, and the card is influences. And it says, someone is influencing your love situation. A third party perhaps holding influence over your love. Listen to your intuition. Now, sometimes this can come up, this card. So it's not talking about there's, you know, a third person involved in your romantic life or something like that. But sometimes this can come up when, say, for example, there's children. Okay, so maybe there's an ex that's got kids with your partner or something like that. And there's all this drama going on, okay? Or the children in themselves are, you know, hyperactive and naughty and all those things, and maybe something that you, you know, wouldn't tolerate kind of thing, but you are dealing with it, and this is causing an influence. There could be some parents out there, you know, if you're a younger couple and parents are having a say and maybe saying too much and influencing a situation. Whatever it is, there's someone talking to you or talking to your partner, and maybe this is causing a good influence. It doesn't necessarily mean to be a bad influence, but someone is saying something and that is having pressure on your relationship. This is really talking more about also your ability to not just be in a relationship or have this relationship going on right now, but if you're looking for one, you need to be careful of the influences that are around you too, you know. Sometimes when you're young, you know exactly what you want, for example, yet your friends all want to party and go out and they pressure you to do that too. Sometimes when you're older, you've already had relationships, so you feel pressured by the past and you feel pressured by trust issues and all this kind of stuff. So this is saying, like, if there's anyone influencing you, you need to pull away, ground yourself, bring yourself back in, and understand that you always know the right thing to do for you. Nobody else knows exactly what you need. And nobody else should really hold that sort of opinion or something negative over you. If it's positive, that's awesome. But if it's always picking on you or your partner and it's negative, you know, it needs to go, okay? So use your intuition, listen to your intuition as well. So for Virgo and all the earth signs, I hope that you enjoyed your messages, and until the next time, wishing you lots of love and many, many blessings, and goodbye for now. Bye.